Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim franchise mode NHL 21. We're going into year number 5, coming off a Stanley Cup championship. So Mighty Ducks won their second Stanley Cup in franchise history, and the team is looking very good going into year number 5. Now, I'm probably going to start off the episode with a pretty big trade, but before doing that, just want to go over the team. We have chemistry in the first two lines. We have Dylan Larkin with Trevor Zegras and Jacob Silverberg with a +3, playing like an 89, 95, and 94 overall. Third line is Contois, Shapik, and Toffoli. They're playing like an 87, 86, and 90. Very, very good second line. You have Mike Hoffman with Robert Thomas, Isaac Lundstrom on the third line. Then Jason Robertson with Carter Verhaeghe and Boris Tkachuk on the fourth line. Defense is Yoki Haru with Drysdale +3. So Henry Yoki Haru playing like an 87. Jamie Drysdale playing like an 86. Cam Fowler and JB in the second pairing. Then Hampus Lindholm, Jacob Slavin played a +3, playing like an 88 and 89. And in goal, we still have John Gibson, 88 overall. Lucas Dostal there backing him up at 83, beating him star potential at 24 years old. Special team is superb. Dylan Larkin, Trevor Zegras, Maxime Comtois, Jamie Drysdale, and Jake Beam with the +5. So the power play overalls for the first unit are 96, 97, 93, 88, and 91. They should just go off, score a ton of power play goals. Robert Thomas with Tyler Toffoli, Mike Hoffman, Henry Yuki Haru, Hampus Lindholm are unit number 2. Four-man there is a +1. Trevor Zegras, Larkin, Bean, and Contois is our first unit. Penalty kill has 0, 3-man -1, and -3, which is rough, but hopefully we don't give up too many 5-on-3s. Looking at the AHL, we have a couple of pretty good prospects. Igor Zharkov, 20 years old, 75 overall, low elite. Now, you might notice that we don't have Aatu Ratu there. I'm going to get back to him in a few moments. Houghton, not bad prospect, 75 overall, 20 low, top 6. Gettinger here, medium top 6, 77. He's already 26 though, but Pero there, 78 at 22, medium top 6. He definitely could grow. We actually have Shane Bowers there as our third line center. A lot of depth in the AHL. Fitzpatrick and Grants there, 19 years old, low top 4 for Fitzpatrick. Grant 74, 22, and then we have an 80 overall at 78. AHL team is looking as good as the NHL team compared him to other teams in the AHL. Nick Malik, Oli Eriksson in net. Malik is a medium star potential, 22 years old, 77 overall. So let's talk about Aatu Ratu. So right now he is 77 overall. He's already 21. Hasn't grown much in the past few years. Medium elite potential. I would have liked for him to be at least 80 by 21 years old. I don't want to hold on to him too much because at that point, the longer you hold on to him and he doesn't grow, lower the value is going to go. So it's kind of a risk to take. But I'm going to see if I can make a trade. There's one I had in mind, and I'm actually going to try to get one of my favorite players in real life, a player off of my favorite team, the Montreal Canadiens. I'm making a play for Cole Caulfield, all right? So he's 87 overall, 23 years old, medium elite. Look at that shot. 91 slap shot accuracy, 92 power, 92 wrist shot accuracy, 91 power, 99 DK, 95 hand-eye, 95 puck control, 91 speed. He is unbelievable. I'm going to look at his stats past few years. 71 points, 32 goals, 66, 30 goals. He's only 23, so a lot of time to grow, and he is on a decent contract, 8.5 for another 5 years. Now, the trade I had in mind is Aatu Ratu. He has almost full trade value, probably like 3/4, and I'm going to throw in also Robertson there. Now, Jason Robertson, he has a fair bit of trade value. 83 overall, medium top 6. He's already 25, so he's almost done growing. He's on his last year of his contract, so I'm going to try to get Robertson over to Montreal. Now, we would be over the league salary cap, so I'm going to have to get them to retain a bit of money on Caulfield. So I have them holding on 2.975, about 30%. See, the trade value is pretty even. Aatu Ratu, Jacob Robertson, and we would have Cole Caulfield. I mean, Jason Robertson and Aatu Ratu are good players. Ratu is a good young prospect, but I'm worried that he's not going to grow and kind of be a bust for us. Cole Caulfield is an established star in his franchise, already 23. So he's got some years under his belt of experience. 87 overall. We know how good he is putting the puck in the back of the net. Let's see if Habs are going to say yes. Ratu Robertson for Cole Caulfield. Trade is rejected. So might have had a pick or two. If not, may have to look elsewhere. Let's see if I can make it happen. So notice we have two medium elite prospect goaltenders here, McLean and Olin. I'm going to throw in McLean, 59 overall at 18. We already have very good goaltending in our system. We don't really need another one. So I think that's going to push the value enough. We're not going to use that goalie prospect. Robertson would be a free agent at the end of the year, replaced by Caulfield. Ratu is a prospect that isn't growing as much as I would like him to. Let's see if Montreal is going to say yes. Trade's rejected. All right, so try another trade here. This guy, Simon Laflamme, 18-year-old center's entry-level deal. Already 84 overall, medium elite. He was the first overall pick in his past draft. I remember him well. I thought, wow, that's a high overall. Already 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 85 hands, 88 deking. He has 93 all of his shooting stats, so he has a better shot than Cole Caulfield. He's 5 years younger. He's a sniper there, 84 overall. Try to get Alexandre Barré-Boulet just for the salary cap. Does have a lot of trade value, so hopefully it helps even it up for us. Giving them Robertson, McLean, and Ratu. Let's see if Vegas is going to give away their first overall pick. Trade is rejected. I might have to give away something more. If it doesn't work out, maybe I'll just have to go and find trade, see if there's anything I can get for Ratu straight up. Adding a second, let's see if they're going to say yes to this. Trade is accepted. We get the first overall pick in the past draft for Ratu, Robertson, a goalie prospect in the second, and Barré-Boulet. Oh man, that is a blockbuster shaking up the hockey world just prior to the season starting. That's unbelievable. Let's get the line set up. Alright, so I added Barré-Boulet to the AHL, and the lines are going to be Larkin, Zegras, Silverberg, same first line, Comtois, Laflamme, Hoffman. Now we're losing a +3, we only have a +1, but I want to give this kid playing time. 18 overall, 84 overall sniper. I mean, him and Zegras is a 1-2 punch, and then Larkin, Comtois, Silverberg, Hoffman on the wings. That's awesome to see. Power play there, I have him on the second unit with the +1. First unit stays the same. So there we go. I'm going to go through the coaching staff again real quick. So 60 overall team staff chemistry with Maxime Gervais. He has 69% team fit. Very nice. 200 wins, 94 losses, 34 OT losses for a 66% point percentage. 1 Stanley Cup and 3 President's Trophies. Alright, so quickly before we jump into year number 5, I'm going to have a quick look around the NHL, just see how the teams are looking. I have Keller, Dvorak, Garland, the first line over in Arizona. Alex Ovechkin is actually in Arizona now. Zachary Leroux and Connor Garland, 2 former Moncton Wildcats, some of my favorite Wildcats that I see in play. OEL, Surstream, Chikrin, Larson. These aren't any updated rosters because hasn't been really a roster update, so the trades that happen in real life aren't in the game right now, or the signings in free agency. Capo Kakinen is actually the goaltender in Arizona. Braden Point is in Boston, so no Patrice Bergeron anymore. He might have retired, I don't remember. Marchand there, Pasternak. So Pasternak, Point, Kasha, pretty sick first line. McAvoy still their top guy on defense, and in goal, Mackenzie Blackwood is in goal in Boston now. Heading over to Buffalo, Jack Eichel is still a Buffalo Sabre with Reinhardt and Skinner. 82 overall, making $9 million for another 3 years. Oh no, Buffalo, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Dahlin is still the number 1 D-man with Ristolainen not far behind. They actually have is that PK Subban? 77 overall PK Subban, making 5.2. What a time. I mean, Buffalo are just throwing money out the window. And then you have UPL in net, Ukko-Pekka Likanen, and Buffalo's salary cap situation isn't great. Teravainen, Nietzsche's, Svechnikov there, first line. The rest, not too great. Gardner, Hamilton, Pesci, pretty solid defensive core there. And in goal, they have Philip Gustafson with Laurent Brosseau backing him up. Heading over to Columbus. Kubalik, Nugent Hopkins, Laine still in Columbus. They got Hurdle there at Beauvilliers. Pretty different looking team. A lot of new faces. Werenski, Seth Jones, they're 90 overall, making 6.7 for another 2 years. And in real life, he's making over 9. with Chicago Blackhawks. Goaltending, they have Stalick and Murray. Not great over in Columbus in terms of goaltending. Gaudreau, Monahan, Dubé, Tkachuk, Phillips, Ruzicka. So Crowley. They got some new faces, but the same core over in Calgary. Valimaki, Anderson. So they no longer have Giordano there. Markstrom and Wolf, 75 overall, backing him up. Over to Chicago now. Over Chicago. Kane, Frost, and the brink. I see Morgan Frost there in Chicago. And it shows us Strom, Nylander, Dag, Zucker, Jones. Borstrom, 85 overall in the fourth line. Lundberg, Bjorkquist, Manson, Muzzin, Sporl, Hamonic, and in goal, Anderson. Chicago is probably the best team we've seen so far. Honestly, they're very, very good. Colorado, Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen is still the top line. Yost, Domi, Pavelski. Then it drops down quite a bit, the bottom six. Gerard, Makar, 91 overall. Timmins, Byron. Incredible top four. Shesterkin and Nedeljkovic. So a very good goaltending tandem there in Colorado. Very, very good top six. Very good defense. Very good goaltending. To give Chicago a run for their money for the best team. Hall, Sagan, Raquel. Sagan still 91 at 32. Kerfoot, Ben, Voracek. Strangest there with Guryanov, 87 on the third line. There. Heiskanen there. An 89 overall. Lundell, 84. Then all 80 and under after that. Hellebuck and Bishop. So a couple of the better American goaltenders in the league that we've seen the past few years. 89 and 80 overall. Heading over to Detroit's Dina, they have Sam Steele, former Mighty Duck, of course. Lucas Raymond, Troy Terry, former Duck as well. Veleno, JVR, Bertuzzi, Backlund, Tyler Johnson, Lehkonen. Looks like they just took players out of all different teams and made a team with them. All different faces. Chlesky and Klingberg, Tyson Barrie. Wow. And they have Mrazek and Bernier. So they still got a goaltending, but different faces all over the place. Draisaitl, McDavid, Yamamoto there. Of course, McDavid, 96 overall. Ryan Getzlaf backing him up. Puyarvi. Follow. Pashretti, Henrik, Simmons. Kind of like a more grinder line, I guess. Some size there. Nurse, Bouchard, Kopa, Bianco, Spurgeon, Bear Stetcher. Nurse, another guy making over $9 million. 7.2 there in game for his contract. Not bad at all. Now, Florida, Humidor, Barkov, Tippett. In real life, insert Joe Thornton right here. He just signed with Florida. Dzingel, Wilson, Denisenko, Blackwell. It's going to be kind of different. See Jumbo Joe with the Florida Panthers. Didn't work out with Toronto, and he's looking for a cup. Not sure Florida is going to be like, they're not obviously a top contending team, but I think it could be a sneaky good team. They got some good pieces. I think it depends if Spencer Knight plays well to have a good chance to make the playoffs. Ekblad, they're 90 overall. And in goal, there he is, Spencer Knight, 88 overall, 23 years old. Looking for what he can do in Florida with Chris Drieger over to Seattle. Bobrovsky's getting older, not how he was in his prime. So I think Spencer Knight's going to have a starting role in Florida. Lindholm, Burakovsky, and Hyman. A totally different team over in LA. There's Alex Turcotte there, 87 overall in the second line. Elias Anderson. And in the bottom six, Byfield, 84 on the fourth line. Move this man up the lineup, please. Mikey Anderson or Mikey Anderson. Drew Doughty, 90 overall at 34. Still a 90 overall, making $11 million for 3 years. Letang, former Moncton Wildcat, Jordan Spence. You'll love to see it. Tristan Jarry and Jake Allen, who's actually from my home province of New Brunswick. Kirill Kaprizov, Patrice Bergeron, and Sammy Blais. Oh, so that's where Bergeron is. He wasn't in Boston anymore. I actually am doing a Maple Leafs franchise mode on the side, and I posted about it on Twitter and Instagram. If you guys follow me there, you've seen that. I added Kirill Kaprizov to a team that already had Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, Eli Toivonen, John Tavares. We had Sandin. We had 5 90-plus overalls and an 89 goaltender. Won 4 cups in 6 years. The team was absolutely stacked, an absolute dynasty. So I made 7 seasons, 4 Stanley Cups so far. They have Cal Peterson in net. Obviously, I'm a Habs fan, but I wanted to do a franchise with the Leafs just to see what the talent they have in their roster, how many cups they could win. And I went 4-7, actually 4-6, as a matter of fact. So incredible franchise mode team that I built there. So that was probably one of the better teams I built in franchise so far. Speaking of the Habs, yes, Perry Kotkaniemi, 92 overall, Caulfield 87, Richie 86. Curious to see what a contract KK has. 8.9 for 5 years for a 92. That's a steal of a contract. Suzuki, Drouin Gallagher. I can't wait to have Drouin back on the team. He said he's ready. He's hyped up. He's ready for the year. He can't wait to play after leaving for personal reasons last year. Wishing him all the best, but hopefully he's going to have a strong bounce back year. Kenny Sanford, 90 overall medium elite. He was a third overall pick in 2021. Still in his entry level deal with Alexander Romanov, Gustafsson, Vatanen, Matat Kukin, and in goal. Carey Price is still the goaltender, down to an 83. 10.5 for another 2 years. He's been having some rough years. The past few years, unfortunately, but in real life, he got surgery, should be ready for the regular season. Heading over to New Jersey, home of Dougie Hamilton now in real life. Jack Hughes up to a 92 overall at 23. 8.6 for 5 years is still a contract. I mean, whenever we see guys in the 90s and they're making under 10, I think that's a very good contract. Holtz, T-shirt, McLeod, Bratt, Kostitsin, Carlson, Nolan Foote, they have a very good team over New Jersey. Ty Smith, Eric Carlson is a New Jersey Devil. 6.3 for 3 years. Not bad, but I mean, could be a little bit less for an 82. In goal, oh man, that's rough. Thomas Greiss and Maxim Brillin, 75 and 72 overall. Yikes. Over Nashville, Eli Toivonen in there, Luke Kunin, Ryan Johansson. Citizens, Barbashev, former Moncton Wildcat, Miles Wood, and the rest of the team there. Duchesne, Eller, and Paling, a couple of former Habs there together, along with Matt Duchesne. Yossi, Fabro, Letty, D'Angelo, Johnson, Fleury, and in goal, Ilya Samsonov and Braden Holtby. Okay, so they just got a couple of former Washington Capitals for their goaltenders. That's interesting. Heading over to Long Island for the Islanders, Philip Forsberg is with Matt Barzal, 93 and 90 overall, with Jordan Eberle, Palmieri, Wallstrom, Bailey, Lee Nelson, Holmstrom. Wow. So I'm going to go through this episode a bit quicker because I spent a lot of time to start with the trade and the going over the team. So I'm just going to fly through a regular season, the playoffs, if we make it. Hopefully we do. So it's not going to be an extremely long episode, but I do want to give a look around the team. I know myself, I'm interested to see where players are after 5 years. I'm sure you guys want to see as well. Phoenix Copley, or as my friend likes to call him, Arizona Copley, with Colton Point over in Long Island. Let's see how the New York Rangers look. Artemi Panarin, the bread man, 92 overall. Philippe Hito, Alexis Lafreniere, 90 overall at 22. I've seen him play in real life in a Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. He's one of the best players I've ever seen in real life. He is unbelievable. I mean, I've seen him twice, and just like his confidence on the ice, the plays that he made, I mean, he's a bigger body as well. He's quick, and have the amount of points he had in the QMJHL, over 100 points. It was incredible. And in Fox, 87 overall. Swayman, the Swayman there, 84 overall, and David Riddick in backing him up. Over to Ottawa, Brady Tkachuk with Claude Giroux. So the Ontario kid kind of goes home, goes to Ottawa. Colton White, Jonathan Marchessault, Zibanejad and Killorn. So Zibanejad returns to Ottawa. What are they doing having Timmy Stützle on a third line? Give this man first line minutes. That's not fair for the kid. Shabbat, Brandstrom, Miller, Matei, Lamosnik, who actually did a Ottawa Senators franchise mode. There's Chris Drieger with Ottawa. So I had a playlist on my channel if you guys are interested to watch that. Stützle, Tkachuk were incredible for us. We won a couple of Stanley Cups, and it was a great time. There were actually, the young guys grew very, very well. Couturier, 90 overall. Labanc, 87. Konechny, 85. Patrick, 85 on the third line. Provorov, Ellis, Bernard Docker, Ghost Bear. Top 4. Carter Hart with Marc-Andre Fleury backing him up. Looking forward to see how Chicago does with Fleury in net. Could be a surprising team. Getzel with Crosby, Grimaldi. Crosby, 84 overall at 37. Still making 8.7 on his last year of his contract. Could be interesting if he's a free agent. Still putting up a lot of points. Wasn't a point per game the past few years, but I mean, he's a legend. Let's see how many points he had in his career. 1,542 points. Yeah, one of the greatest players of all time. Butcher, Pareko, Pedersen, Montour, top four. Cosign at 66 overall in backing him up. 78 and 66. That's rough. Fun fact, I'm a Habs fan, and Price is my favorite player in the league. Carey Price, my favorite NHL player, but Sidney Crosby is my favorite non-Habs player in the entire NHL. Just, I have so much respect for him. And being a Canadian, giving Canada a gold medal with the gold medal goal in overtime, and the talent he has, the just being strong at a puck, deking, shooting, the incredible skill. And watching him for the past decade, I've been following him as a hockey fan, obviously since he started the NHL, and now he's getting up in his 30s. And yeah, he's an incredible player. He is my favorite non-Habs player in the NHL. Thomas Tatar. He's with the New Jersey Devils in real life. Here he is in San Jose. Couture, Meyer, Chekovich, Sharnkro, Smith, Logan Brown, Belak, Leonard, Philip Dano, the Pizza Man. If you guys know the reference, a pretty good team over San Jose. Shillington, Jeffrey, 93 overall. Yeah, move over Eric Carlson. No wonder he's not there anymore. 80, a 93 overall at 20 years old. Wow. Ryan Merkley, he usually seems really well. When I have Merkley in the franchise, he seems to grow a lot. And Elvis in net, backed up by Tuukka Rask in San Jose. Only a few teams left to go. St. Louis Blues. Sebastian Aho is a St. Louis Blue. What a time. Tarasenko, Kyrou, Brad Lambert, Janssen, O'Reilly on the wing. Then 79 and 78. Okay, that's interesting. Falcon, Dunn, Jones, Schultz, Clark Green. And in goal, UC Saros and Jordan Binnington. So 283 overall. So a true goaltending tandem there. Gourde, Stamkos, and Kucherov. Radish, Shirley, Fabry. Yeah, the back-to-back chance in real life are not going away anytime soon. Sergachev, Hedman, both 90 overall. Vasilevsky, 89. Nylander, Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Robertson. I mean, again, on paper, they're a very good team. It's just they can't get it going in the playoffs. Last year, blew a 3-1 lead against the Montreal Canadiens. Raleigh and Liljegren. I'm curious to see if the Leafs are going a deep playoff run, if changes are going to be made, either in front office for the players. Grubauer 84 overall, because I know for Leaf fans, like waiting that long for him to win again and losing the playoffs constantly, it must be hard. I mean, obviously, I'm being a Habs fan. I was extremely happy the Habs won, but Leaf fans have been waiting so long, and I think there's going to be a change if they don't win. They're too good not to go far in the playoffs, so we'll see what happens in 2022. Pedersen, Hoglander, Besser, very good first line, obviously, over in Vancouver. Horvat, they have a couple of new faces there. Defense, Quinn Hughes, 90 overall at 24, making 8.9 for one more year. He's going to be free agent as well. Wu, Ulevi, Tanev, and in goal, Thatcher Demko and Michael DiPietro. All right, so taking a look at Vegas, they have Donato, Glass, and Stone, Krebs, Olsen, Tuck. I made a Vegas franchise mode as well. I made quite a few franchise mode with different teams. I enjoyed the Vegas one quite a bit. Theodore Petrangelo, Krug. I believe I had Torrey Krug in a franchise mode before. No, I remember in the franchise mode, I actually traded Torrey Krug for Capo Caco. That was a funny trade. Goaltending, Robin Leonard, if you take Vanacek. So Leonard is still the starter in Vegas. The Winnipeg Jets are going back to their Heritage Classic jersey for a permanent third jersey this year, which I'm happy to see. Dubois, Scheifele, Ehlers, Perfetti, Connor, Vesalainen, Jamie Roy. They have a very, very good forward group. Hannafin, Pionk, Morrissey, Shankert, Brodin on the third pairing, and Kevin Lankinen is in net. So that's a look at around the NHL. And then Washington Capitals, last but not least, Niederreiter, Kuznetsov, Sprong, Backstrom, Leclerc, Manta. It's kind of weird to have Ovi not in the Capitals. And they have Jonathan Toews over in Washington, 8.3 for one more year. Defense is Ian Cole, John Carlson, 91 overall, Dumba 85. And then in goal, they have, oh my goodness, that is not nice, 69 and a 67 in net. That is the worst goaltending tandem I have ever seen in franchise mode in my entire life. You can't even have a 70 overall in the NHL. What is going on in Washington? My goodness. Yikes! That is not acceptable for watch. I'm gonna have to see how well they do in the regular season. Wow. And of course, with Ryan Getzlaf, got where did he go at? I went over him earlier there, Getzlaf. Yeah, so Getzlaf, he's no longer a Mighty Duck, but he gets to play with McDavid and Draisaitl, so he's going to have fun there in Edmonton. But without further ado, here we go, going into the regular season with Laflamme, our new second line center, first overall pick in 2024. Here we go. Alright, so quickly looking at our stats for a team. 94 offense, 90 defense, and 90 goaltending. Awesome. So we have over 90 in those stats. Looking forward for a big year. Looking for our second Stanley Cup in a row. Gonna simulate up to the trade deadline, see how the team is doing. Right, the trade deadline here with a record of 37, 20, and 6. Good for 80 points. We're actually first in the division there. Looking good. Maxime Comtois, our top scorer with 60 points there. 21 goals. 22 goals for Zegras. 58 points. Larkin, 57. And Simon Laflamme, 25 goals and 45 points. You'll have to see went up to a second line forward. 85 overall. Draisaitl, 44 points as a D-man. That's great. And in goal there, Gibson and Dustel, both of them are playing pretty good. Things are looking up here in Anaheim. The goals are second in their division. Let's go into the trade deadline right now. Now, surprisingly, Washington is actually 18th in the NHL. They're not even last with 2 goalies under 70 overall. That's pretty, it's pretty funny. But honestly, I don't think I need to make a move at the trade deadline. I really like the team the way it is. And the big move that we made it before the year, acquiring Simon Laflamme for Ratu and others. So, I mean, I don't want to make a trade just to make a trade. Sometimes if the team's going well, 37, 20, and 6. I like the chemistry we have. I'm just going to leave it as is, and I'm going to take a quick look just see what the moves in the NHL were. Take a look quickly if there's any like big blockbusters. A lot of moves, no big moves yet. Capo Kakinen goes to Columbus from Arizona there. Pesci and Merrill go to Rangers to acquire a couple of defensemen. Ryan Ellis goes to Nashville. Chickering goes to the Blues, and William Karlsson goes to the Edmonton Oilers for Corpi Salo. So not an extremely busy trade deadline. Below average, I would say, but some big names were moved. Let's go to the end of the year and see what we'll finish with. We finished the year with 50 wins, 108 points. Wow, Maple Leafs 121. So we're first in the West. We do not win the President's Trophy. Larkin 79 points as our top scorer, so the scoring was more balanced. 23 goals, 30 goals for Comtois, 78, 32 for Zegras, Thomas at 58, Simon Laflamme there, 57 points, 32 goals at 19. That's fantastic. And this was actually his rookie year. He played in the Q last year, so he's in the running for the Calder. Very good rookie year. Draisaitl there, 52 points plus 16. That's awesome to see. Defense, a lot of pluses. That's great. Taking a quick look at goaltending, 35, 27, and 2 for Gibson, 15 and 4 for Dostal. Both of them over 900 and under 3 for goals against. Pretty solid year overall. Let's take a look at the entire league now. So John Tavares at 34 years old gets 106 points. Then McDavid and Draisaitl, both of them with 104. Jack Hughes with 104, as well as Kotkaniemi. 3 guys with 104. Caulfield 103, 42 goals. Wow. So we had 9 guys with over 100 points, and we had 4 guys with over 50. That's crazy. Take a look now at defense, and Adam Boquist, 72 points plus 22. And in goal, Philip Grubauer with Toronto gets 48 wins, so big year for him. Rookie skaters. Wow, Laflamme was actually not the top rookie. It was Stéphane Minard, center of the Canadiens, who was 5th overall in the past draft. More points and more goals. So he probably is going to win the Calder unless we're any extraordinary goaltenders. I mean, Dalton had a pretty good year in Washington there as a rookie. So let's see who we're facing in round 1 of Stanley Cup playoffs. And the stories write themselves. Ryan Getzlaf is facing a team he played his entire career with. We're facing Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Getzlaf, and the Edmonton Oilers. And he's on the 3rd line now. Karlsson is on the 2nd line there with PRV, Iafallo, McDavid, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, the 1st line. Nurse, Bouchard, Spurgeon, Koppel, Bianco, Benning, and Bear. We seen their team earlier. They have Georgiev, Net, and Kemper backing him up. Pretty solid team over in Edmonton. Let's sim a few games at a time, see how the team is doing here. So we actually win 2, lose 1. So we're up 2-1 in the series going to game number 4. We win 3-1 series lead. And we're going to have to keep playing. They win game 5. Game 6 is 1-5-1. So we're up. We win the series to fully 7 points in 6 games. Our leading score. And we're facing the San Jose Sharks in round number 2. Going to go over the team quickly. Again, we've seen the team at the start of the episodes. Kind of want to see if there's any big changes. They have Belak, Couture, Tatar. I don't believe Belak was there. I believe it was Tatar in the first line left wing. And then defense, Linton, Jeffrey, Merkley, Ferraro, pretty much the same. And in goal, Elvis is their goaltender. So not a lot of changes. I think Tatar being moved for that guy there on the left wing was the major change. Let's take a look at the rest of the series. So win game number 1, win game number 2, we lose game number 3. So we're up 2-1. Oh, and they tie. It is a 2-2 series now. And oh no, we lose game 5. Do or die game number 6. And we win. So it's the Battle of California. Game number 7. Here we go. We're playing in Anaheim. Going to simulate the game period by period. Period number 1. 1-0. And it's Philip Shapik there on Elvis Merzlikins. 2-1, Belak gets one, their first line left winger, and Trevor Zegras on Elvis gets one. Going to slow sim in the third period. They're outshooting us 27-22, and Connor Verhaeghe gets a big goal. It's 3-1. They have a power play, and Cody Ceci scores right after the power play ends. They have another power play, but we kill it off. A big penalty kill down to about 5 minutes ago, and Logan Couture ties the game for San Jose, and it looks like we're going to go into overtime. If it was the finals, I'd jump into it, but I don't really want to sit here and just wait entire OT period. It's going to so simulate it. They have a power play. We kill it off. We have a power play. Can we score? And we win in overtime. Tyler Toffoli, overtime goal. And the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim are moving on to round number 3 against the Winnipeg Jets for the conference finals. Zegras is a point per game. Take a look at Winnipeg's team. They had 50 wins as well. I remember they had a very good team. They had Cole Perfetti, Scheifele, Ehlers, Connor Dubois, Vissalainen. That's a nasty top 6. And in goal, Kevin Lankinen, 83. They have a 71 backup, so if we can knock off the starter, we have a good chance. Hannafin, Pionk, Morrissey, Shattenkirk, Brodin, Heinola. Let's jump into the conference finals. Both our teams, I believe, had 50 wins. I'm going to simulate a few games at a time here. We lose game number 1. We win game number 2. We lose game number 3 there. Oh no, we're down 3-1. We have to win the next 3 games, and we lose game number 5. And that's the end of our hopes for back-to-back Stanley Cups. Unfortunately, we lose to the Winnipeg Jets. We're going to Stanley Cup Finals. Zegras was over a point per game. Contois, point per game there. Larkin, Silberberg, Toffoli, Laflamme, 9 points as a rookie in the playoffs. Not bad. 9-8-1 for Gibson. Not great numbers. I mean, he was iffy for us the past few years. He was very good, obviously, the year we won the Cup. But rough playoff again this year. Columbus and Washington are in the conference final. It looks like it's the Winnipeg Jets. So the Cup is coming back to Canada. We lose to the eventual Stanley Cup winners. Florida went from 10-3. Philadelphia 3-2. Vegas 4-1 in the lottery. All right, so let's go into the NHL entry draft here. Malkin calls it a career. 597 goals. 1,422 points. He was huge for us with the Mighty Ducks, guys. You can see the past 3 years. He was fantastic. Had 81 points, 98 points. Awesome. So great career for him. Ryan Getzlaf retires as well. 1,211 points. So Mighty Ducks legend there, Ryan Getzlaf. Let's take a look at goaltenders now. Fleury calls it a career. 575 wins at 40 years old. So take a look at the draft class. Here's any maybe late round steals. Medium elite gem, Randy Larson at 140 overall. He's a goaltender. Definitely going to pin him. We have a lot of gems to look at. Going to simulate to our pick. We're picking 29th overall in the first round. So we have a guaranteed low elite Lawrence Stoner there. I'm going to take him. He is actually a gem. 18 years old out of Europe. Low elite 70 overall. I'm going to take it for sure. It's a great first round pick, especially for a late first round pick. Let's take a look what we can get next. We have a couple of guys here that I'm looking at. We have low top 4 guarantees in Picard and Kubina. Both of them are pretty young. 8 years old, 6'4", 213 for this guy. 3 years away. And this guy here is 3 years away as well. I'm going to take the guy who's 17 because he's also 3 years away. More room to grow. He is 63, low top 4. So as our next pick, I'm probably going to take one of the gems I mentioned earlier before they're gone. Randy Larson, guaranteed medium elite. 18-year-old gem goaltender. He is 47 hybrid medium elite. Only 18, again, a lot of time to grow and great value for sure. Take a look now at the rest of the guys. We have a low elite, 50% low elite, 192nd. I'm going to take him because he's a gem. Scouts seem to like him. He's a low elite, 56 overall. So we're getting a lot of elite potential guys in this draft, which is great. That's a lot of value. Always going to want to go for the elites, obviously, not only for them to hopefully develop with you, but they have great trade value even if they're not a high overall. And another elite, 59 overall medium elite goaltender. Let's go. This is one of the better drafts we've had. Alexandre Labrière, a low elite medium. He's 50% low top. Nope, and he's not elite. Streak ends, but what a great streak we've had in this draft so far. This guy is 50%, could be elite. Center Joel Volpatti. He is medium top 9. You can't win them all, but it's always nice to take a chance. See, these guys could be low elite. Let's take a shot in the dark. Hopefully they are. Low top 6. And then I think this is going to be our last pick in the 7th round. Let's take this center, Brian Richards, low top 9. So low top 6. But that was a very successful draft. We had a lot of draft picks, multiple elite players. That's fantastic. Let's jump into the re-sign phase. Again, I'm going a bit faster than usual, but it was a longer intro with going over the NHL teams and going over the trade that we made with Vegas. So I didn't want the episode go too long. So with a longer intro, I'm going to be a bit quicker with the rest of the episode. Let's jump into the re-sign phase. We have 15.9, pretty much 16 million to work with. Buddy Boulet, 82 overall, needs a new contract. 1.5. Honestly, for an 80 overall, going to give him 1.25 and see if he's going to take that. It's a pretty good value for his overall. In terms of left wingers, we have Hoffman have to re-sign. He's 83 though at 35. Wants 2.4. All right, for that amount, give him 2.25 for an 83 sniper. I'm going to say yes for sure. Evgeny Sveshnikov there. He wants a two-way deal, 81. Okay, we're getting a lot of good value deals. Robert Thomas needs to be qualified there, 86 overall. He wants 6.6 for 5 years. Definitely reasonable. Gonna give him 6.25 for 5 years. See if he's gonna take that. 86 overall. Couple more years to grow. In terms of defense, we only have Jacob Slavin. Really, we have to re-sign. $6 million for 4 years. I'm gonna give him 3 years at 5.75. I mean, he is on our bottom pairing, but gives a +3, so definitely want to keep him. And goaltending is set, so yeah, not too bad in terms of our re-sign phase. Going to qualify the guys for the AHL and see if we can get our guys re-signed. All right, so Jacob Slavin re-signed. He's one of the best defensive defensemen in the league. Never takes a penalty. He's fantastic. Glad to have him on our team. Evgeny Sveshnikov resigns. Mike Hoffman resigns. Robert Thomas. Barré-Boulet is going to reject, unfortunately, so we're going to have to revisit Barré-Boulet, which is actually the only RFA we have left to sign. We have just about 4.5 million left. We have everybody signed except our RFAs, which are probably going to be all two-way deals. So, yeah, we're going to have a bit of money to work with free agency. Barré-Boulet was part of our deal with the Vegas Golden Knights for La Flamme. I'm going to give him 1.5 for 2 years. See if he's going to say yes to that. All right, so Barré-Boulet accepts our offer. We got all of our UFAs signed. We're ready to go into free agency. So this was probably the easiest re-sign phase I've ever had. I re-signed a couple of guys, and they all said yes right away. We have just under 4 million in cap space left. We have a full team ready, full roster ready to play. and just take the best guys available. I'm going to see if there's any good two-way deals as well. Now, in terms of the best player available, I'm looking for a short-term deal. So you have two guys, Jake DeBrusk and Christian Fischer. Both of them 84 overall. Both of them 28 years old. Both of them want a one-year deal. So I'm sure one of them is going to sign. I'm just going to give an offer to both of them. One on the left, one on the right. And after that, guys, our free agency shopping is pretty much going to be done. Get a few two-way offers as well. Let's see if one of them signs. All right, so Jake DeBrusk, we have a winner. He is joining the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. There you go. So Fisher was going to sign, but DeBrusk signed beforehand. So similarly to the next season and get our lines set. So this is a quick look at our lines going to year number 6. We have Dylan Larkin, Trevor Zegras, Tyler Toffoli in the first line with a +3, making him a 93, 93, and 87 overall. Unfortunately, we have no more chemistry in the rest of the lineup. Simon Laflamme, 86 with Contoine Thomas, Buddy Boulet, DeBrusk Hoffman, Verhaeghe, Tracy Silverberg. So the team definitely isn't as good as it was in years past, but hopefully we can still do good. Defense is again the exact same. Now, Cam Fowler is down to an 81 overall. But I'm going to keep the +3 in the bottom pairing. Fowler's on his last year of his contract. He's going to have to make a decision. He's still one of our assistant captains, with Contois being the other assistant, and Trevor Zegras is our captain. And then goal, Gibson, still an 88 at 32. Lucas still 83, backing him up. So let's look at our team. I'm going to get ready. We're going to get the AHL lines and power play units ready for the next episode. So that will be it for year number 5. Unfortunately, heartbreaking in the third round of conference final. If you guys did enjoy it, do leave a like, would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell to get notified whenever a new video goes live. In this week, I mentioned that in a few episodes ago, I'm going to be bringing you guys some Olympic themed videos. So I'm going to be recording in the few days following this video the Team Canada and Team USA franchise mode. So stay tuned to that. It's kind of a prediction of what I think the teams could look like heading into the 2022 Olympics if the NHL players go. Definitely look forward to that. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a great day.